Good afternoon, everybody. Myself, Bsccdsl from TraderSmith. We will begin this session in next 1 or 2 minutes maximum. Let's wait for a couple of minutes. So let's start now. So good afternoon and welcome to all of you. This is, before going further, this is most important disclaimer from our side that whatever we are going to discuss in this webinar should not be considered as a buy or sell recommendation in any form, and all information or discussion should be considered it as an education purpose only. Okay. Now, this is the glimpse of overall market condition or overall market direction as per O'Neill methodology of market direction. And if you see that market direction as per O'Neill methodology, almost all major sectoral indices as well as that our broader market index, that is Nifty 50 and Sensex, either is in rally attempt mode or in rally attempt, in clear-cut rally attempt. So what is the meaning of that actually? So see, if I talk about Nifty and Sensex, so both are in rally attempt, but rest of other major sectors like bank is already in rally. If I talk about FMCG, it is already in rally. Auto, another major sector, is already in rally mode or confirmed uptrend as per O'Neill methodology. Now, another only major sector which is not in rally, which is in under pressure, or I can say that is IT sector, major sector, and then metal. Metal is also in rally actually. Energy, another major sector, because it contains Reliance, so it is in under pressure. Otherwise, pharma is in rally attempt. So what is the meaning of it? We will discuss further. But before this, this is the overall performance of 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, and like 12 months. And if you see from the 12-month time frame basis, so this IT and financials and metal. Okay, IT, financials, and metal are the underperformer in overall market. And first, number one, IT, most biggest loser is IT. Second biggest loser is metal, and third one is this financials. Apart from that, if I talk about auto, the auto is, I can say that it is relatively outperforming. FMCG is relatively outperforming, as usually it generally finance of this FMCG sectors do well in choppy kind of market. And that is why, because now this market is from the last 3-4 months, now market has shifted, market sentiment has shifted, or I can say from the last 6 months actually, but from the last 4 months now it is very clear, and everybody has started talking about how market is behaving now. So market is behaving in volatile manner with negative bias, and that is why all sectors are giving negative return except this, I can say that FMCG and auto, and that is why we are also bullish on FMCG. We have added ITC, we have added Hindustan Unilever, we have already added 1 or 2 or couple of auto ancillary stocks in our TraderSmith portfolio. Okay, so let's move on chart to discuss further as per technical perspective. So what is technical perspective? Current level actually. So I can say this is the chart or daily chart as per O'Neill. This is the daily chart of Nifty 50, and if you see the current placement of overall market, so I can say one thing that is this lower top lower bottom formation here, then this is, then this, and then this, and then this, and so all bottoms are lower than previous bottom. All bottoms are lower than previous bottoms. Likewise, all tops are lower than lower to previous tops. And that is why I am saying market is trending in lower top lower bottom formation. And as per Dow theory, that is the first. What is the first symptom as per Dow theory, technical, who is the father, who is considered as a father of technical analysis, Charles Dow, and on the name of whom only this, who has invented this Dow Jones Industrial Average and Dow Jones Transportation Average, and on the name of him only the Dow Index is Dow Jones Index is named now, and everybody knows that Dow Index. So that Charles Dow is not considered as a father of technical analysis, and as per his properties given by some characters of market, one most important character is the first symptom of bull market or bear market is that if you see first lower top lower bottom formation or first higher top higher bottom formation, that you start thinking in that direction. That is the first symptom. And if you see from the last 7-8 months almost now, from the I can say that to be precise, October second half of October onward, now market has started behaving in lower top lower formation manner, and still it is in lower top only. So I can say that we are in clear cut correction, no doubt at all. If I talk about this moving average point of view, then only we are trending below all key moving averages, be it 200-day moving average, simple or exponential, 100 days moving average, or 50-day. Now market has reclaimed 100 and 50-day. That is different thing, but from the last few months we are trading comfortably below that only. So I can say that we are still in correction zone, correction mode only, and market is forming in that way. Now if I talk about immediate basis point of view, so let me shift this chart, okay, to 1 minute, to more technical chart. That is another tool we have here. So 1 minute. Okay, so this from this technical perspective point of view also, if I talk about, let me shift to this on weekly chart. On weekly chart, now market, if I talk about MACD, so okay, MACD is not plotted here, so no need to worry. Okay, so I can say that market is okay. So market is this technical indicators like MACD, technical indicators like RSI is already clearly suggesting that market has shifted from bullish trend to bearish trend from the so many months, from the past month, and now it is trending in downward trajectory only. Now what next actually? So see, there is a trend line I have drawn here from the low of this closing low of this 2020. March 2020 to current. I have connected this, and we are still, because market took some support around this particular level, and that level is 100 week exponential moving. Oh, 1 minute, there is some problem. Okay, 100. Yes, this particular I was talking about. Let me make it more thicker so that would be more comfortable. Okay, so this yellow color line here, I want to draw that market took on weekly chart. Market took resistance around this 100-week exponential moving average or 100-week moving average, and from that level, that is currently placed around 15,200 kind of level, and from that level market bounced almost 1,000 points, I can say. So market bounced, so that is why as per O'Neill methodology also we have shifted from correction to rally attempt, or like that way, and other sectors are doing good. So I can say Nifty, if I talk about Nifty perspective, so Nifty I took support around 100-week exponential moving average, 100-week moving average, and bouncing from that, and it has already gained 1,000 points. But further it is not crossed previous top here this particular range. It has not, still it is trending below that, and previous top level is placed around 16,800. So I can say that per Dow theory, I can say that unless and until it is trading below 16,800 levels, we will not consider as a clear cut bullish trend, from at least from core technical perspective. But yes, if market will gain on any particular day more than 1.7% with higher volume compared to previous day, then we may shift, as per O'Neill methodology, we may shift this market direction from rally attempt to rally mode, and then other indicators will start also saying, or indicating that how market is going to behave, because of there are a lot of analysis required or lot of study required, which will start indicating that, then we will change our stance also. But meanwhile, it is in sideways. Meanwhile, it is in correction from mid to long term perspective. I can say mid term perspective to be precise, next 2-3 quarter perspective. And but from short term perspective, I would say. So let me shift on daily chart. Is like that we are in this bounce back mode, and meanwhile it is facing it is comfortably holding this particular parallel channel. This market from the last 1.5 months, market is comfortably trending here in this upward sloping parallel channel, but once again it has not crossed this trend line that I have drawn on top level here, this thicker one, and market is not crossed this particular level, and another trend line in this also. So but this has crossed here, but it has not crossed top one. So that is why I can say that market is facing strong resistance around 16,250. Even today also in morning derivative note we have mentioned this particular level, because there is two reason. One is three reason to be precise: moving average, 100-day moving average, then this upper band, then this downward sloping trend line, and this gap down area of this particular 30th June. Upper band of this 30th June, this is the gap down area here, and the upper band of gap down area is also placed around 16,250. And that is why I am saying from the few many days from the last week actually, that market is facing resistance, or market may face resistance around this level, and unless and until it is trading below this, I can say that broader range is short term perspective is 16,250 on upper side and 16,900, I can say 16,900 kind of levels in downside. Okay, and that is why I can say that market meanwhile from the short term perspective, market is trending in sideways zone, and from mid term perspective, I can say that market is trending in correction, I can say. So what next actually? So next is that this 15,900 in downside and 16,250 kind of level on upper side is going to act as a critical level in downside or upside, and either side breakout may lead this particular market in that particular direction. Okay, so that is why I am saying, suppose if market will cross 16,250, then I can say that next target would be 16,400, or most probably 16,700 to 16,800 kind of levels may be achievable in coming few weeks only. But at the same time, I am not saying smooth ride on upper side, because if I do some micro analysis of this Nifty 50 daily chart, so there are a lot of resistance in between 16,400, in between 16,400 to 16,700, and that means it shows that we can expect, even though it will give breakout, we will not face, or sorry, we will not see smooth ride. Rather we will face some bumpy ride actually, that one day it will go up and it will go down like it was happening from the last 1 month. But meanwhile, from short term perspective, bias is obviously certain positive. But further, if I talk about macroeconomic point of view, so see, yesterday there was some inflation data from USA. So that is almost at a 40 years high level, peak level, not peak level, at 40 years high level. And now people started, or experts have started talking about at least 1% interest rate hike by Federal Reserve in one go. So suppose it will happen like this 1% interest hike in one go, then obviously it is not that much good for market. So that is why we are not expecting that much good rally, or that much strong rally in the market. And that is why I am expecting, even though market will give some bumpy ride. And even today also, one more point, today also there was some wholesale price index. So I think it was 15-16% today's data. I have just seen roughly. So it is around 15% if I'm not wrong. So our Indian data is also not suggesting some comfortable things. So that, and now people have started talking about this global recessionary situation, and that is why same thing visible on chart. And I'm saying, so market may bounce back few more points, few more 100 points from here. But yes, I cannot say, at least unless and until there is some very good clarity from the chart or from macro data, market is, I will not consider as a market as a clear cut bullish trend. But yes, bounce back may happen. It may gain further 500, 600, 700 or made 800 points from here. I am not denying for that. But at the same time, probability is just like 60-40. That 60% it may bounce back further from here, but not sure actually. It is like that. In downside, I can say, suppose it will breach 15,900. So maybe next target, next support would be placed around 15,500, 15,000, sorry, 15,600 to 15,700 range, and breaching below that particular range, 15,600 range, may fall further from here. Okay, so that is why I'm saying from this particular July month perspective, or I can say the next 2 week perspective, because after 2 months we are going to do another webinar, Bazaar pe Charcha. So if I talk about next 2 week perspective, so most probably market will remain traded broadly in the range of 15,600 in downside and 15,600 kind of levels in upside. But for that, it must cross and hold for further gain. It must cross 16,250 in upper side, and for downside, it must breach 15,900 in lower side to accelerate in downside to 300 point in downside, or to 300, 400 points in upside. So that is why I'm saying most probably this is the range bound kind of market. So market most probably in this month will remain traded in sideways only. But at the same time, we have this Q1 earnings season has already started. We have not seen till now we have not seen that much great earnings or reports card from companies or corporates, and that is another factor. But at the same time, there are so many companies which are doing good numbers actually, and that's what I'm trying to say over here, that it is better to focus on stock specific actions instead of considering on overall market. And in my opinion, if I'm not wrong, then market this particular month or next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, market would be most probably like stock specific actions. So I would advise to all of you that please focus on stock specific actions, not on overall market. Okay. So this is all my opinions about this Nifty 50. Now let's talk about Bank Nifty. Nifty Bank. Okay, so this is the chart of this Nifty 50. Sorry, Bank Nifty. And if likewise Bank Nifty, this Nifty, Bank Nifty is also trending in this trending below all key moving averages, trending in lower top, lower bottom formation. So I can say that this is also from midterm perspective. Bank Nifty is also trending in this in correction mode only. But from short term perspective, there was a good rally happened after touching almost 32,300, and previously also it has touched 32,100. And this particular, if I draw a horizontal line, let me draw a horizontal line here. 1 minute. Yes, so if I draw a horizontal line here, this particular range. So see, here was the breakout level. After that market, I'm talking about January 2021, there was a breakout level here. So market bounced from that and then once again retested that breakout level. And afterward, there was an excellent rally happened. And then market touched almost here 50,000, sorry, 44, to be precise, with this particular range, that was 41,000 kind of levels. And after that, it has entered into correction mode. So why I'm trying to discuss this particular level, there is a major there was resistance breakout, and after that it took support here, it took support here, it took support here. And so that is why I can say that level of this 32,000 is now critical level. So I would like to say, unless and until market is trending above this 32,000 level, so I can say that market, there is some positive hope from market, positive hope from this particular sector. And once it will breach this particular 1 minute, once it will breach this particular levels at 32,000 here, this particular 32,000, so I can say that more negativity will start, and in such case market may fall toward 30,000 or maybe 29,000 kind of levels in coming few months. But unless and until it is trading about 32,000, there is not a problem at all. Only thing is that it will remain traded in sideways if my overall market will not do good. And in my opinion, if I would say overall placement of overall structural market and broader market actually. So to me, actually, this FMCG is looking attractive. This auto sector is looking attractive. Another is this banking is looking comparatively basis, comparatively, even though there is no big sign of there is no sign of big bullish trend, but comparatively it is looking attractive. Another is that heavy machinery, engineering, and everything. There are few companies or few stocks are which is looking attractive to me. So I am expecting that most probably it will remain holding about 32,000, and there would be some positive hope unless and until it is holding 32,000. So that is why it is, please consider 32,000 as a critical level in downside. Now, if I talk about immediate next 2 week point of view, so this particular range, 35,000 actually to be precise, 34,900 to 35,000 from short-term perspective is a critical level. It tried to cross that particular level, but it failed actually, unfortunately. So it failed, and now it is today also it is trending below that level. This I have drawn this particular black color downward sloping trend line. So this trend line has given breakout here, and afterward there was some resistance around this 35,000 level, and it failed to cross. It has crossed actually, but failed to hold over 35,000, and now it is trending below that 34,900 to 35,000. So that is what I am saying. Unless and until it will remain trading below 35,000 levels, it will remain traded in sideways, and sideways range is most probably 1,000 to 1,200 point. In downside, I can say 33,800 kind of level, and in upside 35,000 level. And suppose it will give breakout above 35,000, so I can say that some midterm or some short-term prospective rally may start. In such particular case, I can expect 37,000 to 37,500 or 38,000 levels can be achievable in this bank Nifty also. But meanwhile, it is trending in sideways. Let's see how it will behave in coming days. So, but one thing one can consider is that suppose it is start trading about 35,000, so one can consider as some short-term bullish trend is beginning in this bank Nifty also. And suppose it will reach 33,800 downside, though I can say that it I can say some problem will be there in downside actually. But meanwhile, it is trending in sideways only. Okay. Now, next sector, if I discuss about. So next sector is, one second, auto. Let's take auto. So as I was discussing as O'Neill methodology market direction, at that time I also said that this auto is in uptrend or rally confirmed uptrend as per O'Neill methodology. If I talk about technical perspective, so it is trending above all key moving averages. On weekly chart, monthly chart, or daily chart, whatever it is. And further, previous all-time high was placed around 12,100 kind of levels on closing basis, monthly closing basis. And now market is 12,000 kind of level, and market is now comfortably, this auto index actually, now comfortably trending above the 12,000 level. So I can, now I can say that broadly, this particular index has given uptrend breakout in this current scenario of market. But after considering this current market scenario and other interest rate rising scenario, it is not doing good. Only fundamental reason behind this particular sector is doing good, that pile up demand built up, because there was a chip shortage and other things for auto sector, and that is why there is some pent-up demand in this particular sector, and that is why numbers are coming attractive. And even this month auto sector numbers was quite attractive, and that is why this index is behaving. Otherwise there is no other reason. But yes, technically it has given breakout on weekly chart and monthly chart. So I can say that unless and until it is trading about 12,000, even though it is not that much far from this 12,000. Today's closing is placed around 12,000 only. So, but I can say roughly 100 or 200 point here and there does not matter. Okay, but unless and until it is trading about 12,000, I can say that this bullish momentum will remain continuation in this particular space or this particular sector, and stock specific actions may do well in this particular space. So looking attractive, but suppose it will decisively breach 12,000 and remain trading below 12,000. In such case, I can say that some sideways kind of actions. Otherwise, it is looking bullish, it is looking attractive. So one can consider stock specific actions in this particular space, from this particular space, that is auto space. So I have discussed Nifty, Bank Nifty and auto. Now I am handing over this to my colleague Rahi, sorry, and then he will discuss few sectors. Rahi, are you there?
Much. Yeah. So please stop sharing your screen. So first, I would like to talk about Nifty Id Index. So this is the daily chart of Nifty Id Index, and if we can see that as we have already discussed in the last webinar, that the index has recently faced resistance around 36,800 on April 5th, and from then onwards it has actually declined, and the decline was very huge, and we have seen a massive selling pressure in this particular space. And the reason behind the reason behind this was all the leading stocks, whether it is Infosys, Wipro, HCL, all these leading stocks, they are actually in the phase of consolidation, which impacted in this particular index. And if you can see that the index is consistently, as Pawan has also discussed in Nifty 50, that one of the sign of bearish market. And here if you can see that the index is continuously forming newer low, even in the month of January. Again it has formed the lower in the month of February, and again from February month till month of April, there has been some resilience in this particular space, but after that it has seen a massive selling pressure, and again it has started forming lower low here in the month of May, again in the month of June. So obviously it is not a great sign of the particular index, because selling pressure is intensified, and the index is actually trying to find some of the sign to move upside, but it is miserably fail in doing that. And from past few weeks, or we can say that from past 2 weeks, after in the month of June, it has shown some of the it has tried to form some of the base, and one might have thought that maybe in this particular zone, that from this again it will try to move upside, but no, that was not the case. And again from the past 3 to 4 days, if you can see, again this index is falling. So overall we can see that this particular index is in the bearish zone, or in the bearish territory. It is trading above its all key moving averages as well. But what next? What can be the support for this as of now? So if we can see that the immediate low that it has formed was 26,399. So we can say that 26,400 to 26,000 can act as a support. But if this support is breached, then obviously some more selling pressure cannot be denied in this particular space. Then Nifty Metal. So this is the daily chart of Nifty Metal, and we have been updating our investors or our patrons regarding the particular index in forms of webinar that we do, and even we also uh, uh, we have also written a report regarding that, and we are very much clear in our views that the index is falling very sharply. It has fallen very sharply, and we have seen the fall from April 22 onwards. The index has fallen, and it has hit the low of around 4,400 recently. But from that level that has happened in the month of June, in the June it has formed some base here, and that formation of base has taken 2 weeks, and from there onwards it is trying to show some of the resilience, and we have seen some buying interest as well. So index is actually trying to move upside, but immediate resistance is placed around its 50 DMA, which is just 4.5 4.9%, or we can say that it is 5%, which is placed around 5127. So 5127, so immediate resistance can be 5100 to 5200. If that resistance is passed, then obviously the index is ready to move towards this 200 DMA. But obviously that 200 DMA journey is very long, and it is almost 14% away from this level, so it will take time. So, and the immediate support is placed around 4700, where 21 DMA is placed. So if this support is breached in this particular index, then obviously the immediate low that it has formed in the month of June, that can also act as support. But again, if that support is breached too, then obviously it is a matter of worry, and this index may fall further from here. Nifty Metal, IT, what next? Energy and Pharma. So this is the daily chart of Nifty Energy, and the index has after hitting its recent high on April 29, and it has hit the high at 29,304. From there it has started falling, and it has corrected a bit, and it has also breached its 200 DMA in this process. But after breaching its 200 DMA, the stock has tried to form some base below its 200 DMA itself, and actually it is in the form of forming base itself, and it is still not out of wood. So we can say that the index is actually trapped in the correction phase, and once this index move upside in the range of 25,000 25,700 level and above that, if it's move upside, and if it sustains, then we can say that again bull run can emerge from that. But if that if that resistance is not surpassed, and if it is still trading below that resistance, then obviously we need to wait, and we have to see the action of this particular index. Okay. Then Nifty Pharma. Again, this is the daily chart of Nifty Pharma, and we have seen that the index is consistently forming lower low. If you can see, even in the month of October 2021, again in the month of November, again in the month of December 2021, and so on in January 2022, again March 2022, and again in the month of May, and again in the month of June. So consistently we have seen that index is forming lower low, and even the, if you can see the top, it is also forming lower top. But as you remember, that we have been saying about its 200 DMA, which is actually acting as a great resistance for this particular index. After hitting its low in March 2022, the index has actually bounced back from that level, and it has also surpassed its 200 DMA, but it was not able to sustain that particular level, and from there again it has tried to fall. This has happened second time. Here also it has actually tried to sustain, but again that sustenance was not so great, and it has started falling, and it has breached just 200 DMA. Again here it has done the same thing, and from that from then onwards, actually the index is trying to deteriorate. But what we are observing here in the month of June, that index after hitting its recent low, that is 11,726, the index is actually trying to move upside again. So we can say that actually index is trying to complete the path of its 200 DMA, and if that 200 DMA is sustained, and if it is trying to sustain above that, then obviously we have to take the bullish call. But as of now, if you look at this particular area, the index is just away from its 21 DMA by 3%, and it's 100 DMA by 2%. So that range, if that range is breached in the downside, or if that range is surpassed in the upside, then we can say that breakout or breakdown can be identified. But as of now, I don't think that it will be great to take any call in this particular space. So that is from my side, and again, if one can add in this, then he is welcome.
No, I actually all the sectors are trending in downward trajectory only.
Yeah.
So I can, but only hope is there some positive hope is there in pharma sector. So maybe pharma may bounce back further from here, but only time will answer this question. But meanwhile, all the sectors still in bad shape only. All major, be it IT, even IT and metal is the most underperforming sector. Now energy is also underperforming after that extra tax burden laden by government on Reliance and other oil marketing refineries. And after that, that is also not behaving that much. So I can say the metal, IT, and energy. Our only hope is there some bounce back, further bounce back from pharma sector. So let's see how it will behave in coming days. And most probably, if I talk about a levels point of view, then there is a level on pharma, and that is around 13,000. So maybe it may bounce back toward 13,000. After 13,000 only, I can say that there is some positive hope built up in this pharma space. Otherwise, it will remain traded in sideways only. Okay. So I think I have discussed 3 and you have discussed 4. So total 7. So we have considered almost all major. Is there any other major sector?
I don't think, only media, one small one.
Media, na? So media, if I talk about, just put in media chart.
I am stopping my screen sharing.
No, please set media chart. So I will discuss.
Okay, sure. Okay.
So if I talk about media, so see currently it is plushed around 1930, around today's closing around 1930. And on the long-term time frame chart, I can say on weekly chart especially, it is about, it has already breached lower band, this upward sloping parallel channel on the weekly chart, that if you draw a trend line connecting from the low of 2020, March 2020, and it has already breached or about to breach, I can say, and that is placed around 1920 or 1925. So it is trending in that range only. So I can say that up about 1925, some positivity may happen. Below 1925, more negativity may happen in this media index, Nifty media. And further, if I talk about moving average perspective, so it is already trending below all key moving averages, be it 200 days exponential moving average, 100-day, 50-day. So it is trending below that. There is a crossover also, negative crossover also. If I talk about momentum point of view, so momentum is also not that much attractive on weekly and monthly chart, I can say. Weekly RSI, slope of weekly RSI is already downward sloping. This MACD, if I talk about, so MACD is also negative on weekly chart and trending below 0 or central line. And monthly chart is about to give the negative crossover on monthly chart. So that is why I am saying that it is also not looking attractive, this media sector, media index. But yes, some positive bounce back may happen. I am not denying for that, but subject to holding above 1925 or 1930. And today's closing is also placed around 1930. So suppose it will remain holding above 1930. So in such case, it may bounce back, and such bounce back or such bounce back may lead it toward there is a level of 2050. So I can say that 120 to 130 point of kind of bounce back may happen. More to 7-8% bounce back may happen once it will remain holding above 1930. And suppose it will breach 1925, 1930. So I can say that it will remain traded in sideways with negative bias. So this is the current placement of this media. Now another sector, I think we have discussed all sectors. Now let's talk about NSE 500, one more additional. So can you fix chart of this set chart of NSE 500, right? Nifty 500.
It's not coming.
So Nifty 500. See, it has
Not saying.
Nifty 500. CNX.
What is the symbol of that?
CNX, I think so. CNX.
100 is not 200.
1 minute.
It's not coming for me. Would you like to share your screen?
Even I am also not getting actually. NSE 500. Yatisha, you know what is the symbol of this NSE 500?
Just wait a minute.
CNX. Yes, it's India CNX 500. It's India CNX 500.
CNX,
India CNX 500.
where it is coming?
Just type CNX.
Just type CNX 500.
CNX 500.
Okay.
CNX space 500.
Space.
That's the one. First one.
Okay.
Okay. So see, this particular index or broader index, that is NSE 500, is bottomed out in the month of October 20. Oh, sorry, topped out. Sorry, not bottomed out. Topped out in this October, and after that, it is trending in. It's trending in lower top, lower bottom formation, and still it has not crossed previous immediate high. That previous immediate, if I talk about, that is placed around 14,300. That is already mentioned on chart on closing basis. So unless and until it is trending below that 14,300, that is the first symptom of trend reversal. Is that I can say that it is trending in sideways only. Further, if I talk about moving average point of view, so it is trending below all key moving averages, be it 200 days, 100 days, 50 days. There is a negative crossover also. Momentum is also deteriorating on weekly, monthly RSI is in downward slope. Weekly RSI is already forming lower top, lower bottom formation. RSI formation, this MACD formation is also weekly RSI is trending below zero line with negative crossover. Monthly RSI has already given negative crossover indication. So I can say that this overall placement is not that much attractive, but there is a hope, and that hope is level of 12,900. Currently it is trading around 13,700. I am talking about mid-term perspective, not short-term perspective. Okay, so 12,900 or 13,000 is a critical level to watch in this particular this broader index, that is NSE 500. Unless and until it is trending, there would be hope for bounce back. Suppose it will decisively breach the 12,900, I can say that further downfall will start. Even last time also, I think it has not breached actually 12,900. It has not breached 12,000 also. So 11,900 I am talking. So unless and until, that is why I am saying that 11,900 to 12,000 is a critical level in downside. And it will, suppose it is holding above that level, so bounce back may remain in continuation, but overall structure is negative. It is forming lower top, lower bottom formation. Momentum is also, so maybe suppose it will breach that level, so it may fall further from below that level. If I talk about levels in downside, so suppose it will breach that level 12,000 11,900. So in such case, it may fall to 12,000 kind of levels. So another 800 to 1,000 points of fall may happen in this, but it is only subject to overall some sentiment change. Meanwhile, there is no that much bearish sentiment or negative news coming from the market. Only inflation and everything is there. That is, market has already discounted from short-term perspective, and that is why market is moving in sideways zone only. Suppose there would be some negative trigger happen in market, maybe down the line 1 month or 2 months, then it will reach this particular level, that is 11,900, and in such case it will fall further. Unless and until, at least from this month perspective, or I can say that the next month, July, August first half perspective, I can say that market will remain traded in sideways only. So that is why I am saying, but stock specific actions may remain there. Sector specific actions may remain there. So that is why I would advise once again to all of you that please focus on stock specific action, not sector specific, or not index specific. Just to try to ignore broader index, that is NSE 500 or 100 or whatever, and Sensex, Nifty. But please focus on sector, and please focus on stock actions. In that action happening or positive actions happening belongs to that particular sector, like auto. Suppose auto sector is well placed, and suppose any particular stock, be it Mahindra and Mahindra, Maruti, TVS, whatever, Tata Motor is doing good, so you can start focusing on that stocks only instead of focusing on overall market. So this is the the current market scenario. I would like to say is just like you have to be remain very focused actually. That I will do this only, I will not do that only. If you start doing everything, that there is some problem will start in this particular market. Okay, so I think we have discussed almost all things, and minus 500 one more broader index. Now let's move toward query section. Okay, query. Okay.
How much has come already?
Reality
sector, it is not. It is already
reality.
done.
Okay, sorry. Today we have not covered reality. So can you set chart?
Sure.
Nifty reality. So reality last time, even last month report also we have mentioned that level of 360. That was the previous breakout level. This reality index has retested that level, and afterward it has bounced, and now it is trading above 417. In this time, I think if I am not wrong, in this month report we have mentioned the level of, I think, 425 kind of level. Unless and until it was trading below this particular 425 430 level, so it will remain traded in that particular range, that is 370 to 425 430. And once it will cross that particular level, that is 425 430, then I can say that it may gain further to 480 490. And meanwhile it is hovering around or trending around, I can say, around 415. Okay, and further it has given trend line breakout as well on daily chart trend now, and trending about at least short-term key moving average. Short-term key moving average means it is trending about 21 days exponential moving average. It has already reclaimed 50-day moving averages, but it has already trending around 100 days moving average and 200 days exponential moving average. If I talk about levels point of view, so 200 days exponential moving average placed around 425. And if I talk about simple moving average, 200 simple moving average, so 200 simple moving average is placed around this 400 and 465 470, and that is why 200 exponential is placed around 425. I am saying that this 425 430 is a critical level. Suppose it will start gaining from that level, holding above that level after crossing, so maybe it may gain further another 8 to 10% gain may arise in this. But let's see how it will behave. Meanwhile, it is looking positive only, and there are few stocks in this particular space like Lodha, that is Macrotech Reality, is looking quite attractive, and it has already given, I think, if I'm not wrong, Lodha has already given downward sloping trend line breakout and sustainably trending above that. So unless and until currently it is trading around 1100, I can say that Lodha, if I talk about Lodha, unless and until it is trending above 1040 level, it positivity may remain in this Lodha. And likewise other sectors, other stocks, selective stocks, not all, selective stocks are also doing good. So maybe let's see how it will behave in coming days. Sustainable trading over 425, I can say that 8 to 10% kind of gain may happen in this reality index also. But at the same time, sustainable trending below 425 kind of level, it may remain traded in sideways range, and that range is almost 10% in downside also. That is 420 425 in upside, and 370 380 kind of levels in downside. Okay, right? Can you take Mahindra, HCL and TCS?
Mahindra.
Take Mahindra, query. Take Mahindra, HCL and TCS. 3 belongs to IT sector. Then I will take another.
Okay, so you can see that chart, and it can be analyzed easily that the index is in the bearish trend, and the index is, it is very hard to identify the bottom of the stock, because no one knows that when the bottom is formed, because those people who has bought it here thinking that 1045 is the bottom of it, and they have also seen that some of the buying interest, but again it has fallen, and now one new bottom has formed, that is 943. So, and again, if you can see the trade from past 4 days, it is trading with negative note, it is ending with closing, it is ending with negative note. So I don't think that this stock is actually right option to buy it at this point of time, because we have also seen IT index and how the IT index is behaving. So based on that, one can enter in those particular index which is actually in the bullish trend or which is out of the wood, and not those stocks in which the sectors are actually in the negative territory. So obviously some stock specific action can be taken, but not the stock of Tech Mahindra type, because it is actually in complete bearish zone. So it can be avoided.
So I would like to add one more thing about whole IT pack actually, right? So when I was discussing about sector, I have mentioned one thing that this is the one of the most underperforming sector in last 6 months. Now, IT index is also underperforming comparative basis. 12-month performance is quite negative, and these stocks are also underperforming. Even TCS after earning, there is a fall happened 5-6%. Another fall happened, and I think today it has retested TCS around 3,000. So see, there is a reason actually. Fundamental, technical reason is always there, but fundamental reason is that that now people have started talking about recession, or macro reason I can say, not fundamental. Macro reason, now people have started talking about recession in USA because of inflation, recession that is going to impact whole world, and because of that, now people have started expecting that this whole IT pack will not do good in coming few quarters because of lack of order, execution of order on time, and that is why all these sectors are. So most probably, I am, in my opinion, it will take this whole IT pack, be it TCS, be it Tech Mahindra, Infosys, whatever it is, it will remain underperforming in another 3 to 6 months, or I can say 1 or 2 quarters, and one can wait for further few months to take proper entry. If someone is interested to buy or do bottom fishing, so one can take it. See, if I talk about technically in Tech Mahindra, so it has some support around 920 level. So it may take support. Who knows actually what will happen? But in my opinion, in broader view, I can say one thing is that please wait in this particular space. Give some more time, at least 3 to 6 months, and wait for that. Once it will start bouncing back, so it is better to buy 10% above current price instead of buying in downtrending market. So BTCS, if I talk about TCS, so TCS has, I think today it has retested sorry, 3,000, and it is just closed around 3,000. Okay, so I can say that the 3,000 maybe next target would be 2,800. So if someone is interested to buy all these stocks, TCS or Infosys or Tech Mahindra or whatever, in downtrend,
Yeah.
so one has to consider, or one has to do, if someone wants to do bottom fishing, so please consider it for long term perspective only. Please do not focus for in short term. Trading is there, that is different thing, but long term perspective, and do not deploy all your money actually in one go. Just start buying 20%, 25%. Suppose if you want to buy 1 lakh of 1 lakh rupee of TC, or rupees 1 lakh TCS of 1 lakh rupee, then you have to put 20-25,000 around this 2,800 level. Then another, there is some 50-60% 50-60 rupees, 100 rupees variation. You can put another 25-30%. So you can distribute your money or allocate money like that way actually. But meanwhile, there is no sign of, at least in IT space, be it whatever stock it is, there is no sign of bottom formation in this particular. And I think, in my, if I'm not wrong, my analysis is not wrong, it will take another at least 3 to 6 months, or maybe end of calendar year, picture would be more clearer, and then it will form base around that level. Then we will start. So there is a two strategy. One is bottom fishing, but bottom fishing is should be restricted to quality stocks only. Quality stocks means TCS, Infosys, HCL, that's it. Do not focus on mid cap. Even small cap की तो बात ही जाने दो. Even I would not suggest anybody to go focus on mid cap. Only stock focus on for long term bottom fishing perspective. Focus on this all these things. But I am not saying it will not fall. It may fall. Okay, because there is no sign actually. So I think I have given my clear cut view about all these IT packs. I have covered, saying or not saying TCS and everything. So meanwhile, now in this session, we are not going to cover any IT stuff. Okay. So
Minda Corp. So
you
may I take Minda Corp?
Okay, please
Or-
take Minda.
So Minda Corp is looking good on the chart, and we have seen that the stock has, after breaching its 200 DMA and forming the low here, and the low was formed around 153, and from then onwards it has reclimbed its 200 DMA, and gradually it has crossed all its uh, respective moving averages, and it is actually trading higher. So stock is looking good, and it is looking attractive as well. So I think there is no need of worry, unless and until if it is holding above its 100 DMA. But 200 there, 200 to 205 or 204 can be the stop loss if you want for the deeper stop loss, which is around 8%. If you are trying to hold it for the long term perspective. Then
Jamna Auto.
which Jamna. So the entire auto pack, as Pawan has already discussed, the auto is actually in the rally mode, and it is trading above its all key moving averages, the entire auto pack. And the Jamna auto is actually in the bullish trend. It has also given the breakout of William O'Neill, and the breakout is cup with handle pattern, and from the breakout level it is just 4% away. 4% it has above that breakout level. So I think now the stock is trying to form the base again, new base formation we can see, and some sideways move from past 2 weeks. So I think it is a time for to wait, because we don't know whether it is breaking up or it is breaking down, because the way it is forming its base, it is hard to tell now. But one fact is that the auto is in the rally zone, so there is no such weakness in auto pack. So yeah, risk can be taken, but obviously you do not need to employ your entire money in one shot. Some part of the money can be invested in it. Next.
Maruti. So Maruti is also in bullish trend, and this auto index is already comfortably trending above 12,000, 12,100. So maybe if market this auto index will hold above that level, so Maruti will also gain in coming days and weeks. Okay, so meanwhile it is positive only, no doubt at all. So it is positive. If I talk about levels point of view, so level is like 8,750 kind of level, 8,750, 8,760. That is 200 points from away from here. Once it will cross, then maybe further upside may happen in this. So overall structure is bullish in Maruti.
We are a logistic.
Yeah. VRL logistic is also positive on multi-time frame chart. Even in this month also it is gaining, trending with positive momentum only. So I can say that it is positive, but immediate resistance is placed around 665, 670. And once it will cross 675, 665, 670, to be precise, 670. Once it will cross and hold over 670, I can say that further positivity may come. And in such particular case, it may gain towards 700, 720 kind of level. So it is positive, but there is an immediate resistance that is placed around just 10 rupees away from here. Okay, once it will cross, it will gain further. Multi-time frame or longer term frame time charts suggest or indicate that sooner or later it will cross and it will give further breakout, and it may gain further from here. But ending with positive vibes. ABB positive only, trending in uncharted trajectory, no doubt. Positive momentum is also very strong, be it daily chart, weekly chart, monthly chart. Okay, so positive only. And from the last 2-3 days, it is showing some correction, but there is a support area that is placed around 2,450. That is almost 100 rupees kind of levels from here. And sustainable trading above it is still trading above that level. So positive with someone, if someone is looking to buy this particular index, I would suggest one can take entry. Only problem is that immediate support is 100 rupees from here, but very good support. That is, if someone is looking for very good stop loss kind of level, so it is placed around 2,250 kind of level. But momentum is positive, trend is positive, trending in uncharted territory. So overall trend is positive, and may gain further from here.
Same case, Simon.
Ha. So yes, Siemens, na.
The chart is identical.
Okay. So
Of
same. You can say identical and almost both, just like you, when I was saying that I have mentioned 3-4 sector like FMCG, auto, next one is banking on comparative basis, and another is this heavy machinery, electronics and everything. So all these are sign of this ABB and Siemens both are. So both are in Siemens, like ABB, Siemens are also trending in uncertain territory. Momentum is positive, trend is positive on multi-time frame chart. It is gaining on daily basis, weekly basis or monthly basis. So overall trend is positive. It may gain further from here. Yes. Tata Communication.
Tata Communication.
So there was a sharp fall happened in Tata Communication in the last 6 months. This month it is showing some positivity and some bounce back relief rally from, and it has gained after touching almost 860 kind of levels, and currently it is 100 rupee from the recent low, that is 860. But its structure is negative, trending in lower top, lower bottom formation, trending below all Q moving averages. Momentum is not that much attractive. Even monthly momentum or weekly momentum on weekly chart and other indicators also suggest that not, it is not that much attractive. So if someone is interested to buy, so I would suggest to avoid this particular stock at time being purpose, time being only. Could you take Tata Steel, RAI and ITC, two
Tata
stocks?
Steel.
Tata Steel and ITC both.
So the Tata Steel, it has also fall very sharply in after the top that it has formed in April. From that onwards, actually the stock has formed two lower low formation here, 991 and 827. But from 827, it has tried to bounce back from this level, and it is trying to move upside. But overall sentiment in this particular stock is negative. It is trading below its 50 DMA, also trading below its 100 and 200 DMA. However, it is trading above its 21 DMA. So that is good. Actually, it is trying to move upward. But if I talk about the sentiment wise, then yeah, it is in the negative territory, and it is not that easy to move to the bullish territory, because 2200 DMA itself is 22% up and 100 DMA is 20% up. So slowly and gradually it might move upside by looking at the pattern. But again, one can hold this stock, or one, if you want to take the risk, then you can buy with the support of 21 DMA. If that support is breached again, that is placed around 878, so 860 can be a stop loss, and if that support is breached again, then it might open a new fresh window towards downside. So that is the case in Tata Steel. Next one was
This ITC.
ITC, I think we have already recommended also at the right time in our swing portfolio, and we also booked the profit as well. So the stock is actually still trading in the positive territory, and it is trading in the bullish zone. And the stock has also given breakout, a flat base breakout as well. And it is just 3% away from that pivot level. So yeah, there is no negativity as such. Yeah, but the stock is actually in the a flat, we can say that flat consolidation based pattern. Again, it is trying to form. So I think the recent high that it has formed in these 2 weeks, that is, I think 296, yeah, 296 or 97. So if that 297 is surpassed, then obviously a fresh bull call can be taken in ITC. Next
is
BSC, CDSL, MCX.
okay. Okay, so
BSC.
BSC. Let's take BSC actually first. BSC, if I talk about, so
take a second.
BSC now it is just trending around 200 days moving average. It has already breached in the month of July, mid of July, and now it is trending below that. And today, from the last 2-3 days, it has claimed reclaimed 200 days moving average. Further on the weekly chart, it has it is trending around 50-week moving average also. So I can say that one thing. Suppose it will remain trending about 200 days moving average, which is placed around 670. I can say today's closing price is also 660. So 660, 670 above. So some more bounce back may happen, but below that it may start losing its momentum. But overall structure from the last 3 months, I can say after forming top around 1040, 1050, it is deteriorating its trend. But I'm not denying for bounce back, subject to holding about 660, 670, 670 to be precise, 670. It may again or bounce back further, but overall structure is not that much attractive. So if someone is interested to take position for trading investment purpose, I would suggest to wait for a while. But if someone is interested to buy for trading purpose, so it is just like buy about if it is holding about 670, so just buy it for appropriate stop loss, and for the target of, I can say, 750 kind of levels. Okay, so it may bounce back up to that level, but I would not suggest if someone is looking for longer term, so it is better to wait and watch in BSC. Next is CDSL.
Just 1 second, I am not able to
so CDSL currently around 1100, and from the last few minutes, I mean almost 3-4 weeks, it did nothing and trading in very tight range actually, and that range is around 160-65 in downside, and 1150-60 in upside. So it is trending in very tight area, trending below all key moving averages. Momentum is not that much attractive. Monthly momentum is deteriorating, weekly momentum is deteriorating, so it may fall. And as per my expectation, even I have few months back I have mentioned this on TV also, that it may sooner or later, maybe not today then tomorrow, it may fall or go in 2 digits. 2 digits means it may fall below 1000, but I am expecting it may fall around 1000 or falling below 1000. Next target would be 950. So most probably I can say next coming few weeks and few months, my target would be 1000 to 950 in downside in this particular stock. So I would not suggest to consider it for buying purpose. Okay, another is CDSL, then MCX.
Then Navin Fluorine.
MCX
you want to take?
MCX is comparatively positive actually, holding about this comparatively positive means in compared to this BSC actually. So but structure is negative of MCX also, but on monthly chart I can say, or on weekly chart, it has some sort of support actually. That support is placed around 1250. It has breached, or it has tried to breach so many times, but once again it took support around 1150. So target, so support is in downside 1250, and next major support is 1150. So I can say that some bounce back from here, further bounce back may happen. I'm not denying for that, but same time, even it has reclaimed 100 DMA. From the last few days, last 4-5 days, it is trending around 100 DMA. So once it will cross 100 DMA, which is currently placed around 1325, 1330, and today's closing is placed above that level. So maybe sustainable trading about that level 11. So may gain further, and that gain may lead it toward at least 8 to 10% of gain may happen in this MCX. Otherwise, of course, from midterm perspective, it is trending in a lower top, lower bottom formation. So from midterm, but at the same time, it has some major support around 1250 from monthly or weekly perspective. So 1250 from here, from now on, what I can say that from 1250 is a critical level to watch. Holding above the 1250 may remain positive, and bounce back may happen. Falling below 1250, next target would be 1150, and further falling below 1150, maybe next 1000, around 1000 also. So it is like that. It is a 50-50 kind of situation. Even I also don't know that what is going to happen, but one thing is visible here, that holding about this 100 DMA, that is current price, that is 1330, 1340, may attract some positivity in short duration. Can you please take Navin Fluorine?
Yeah. So Navin, Fluorine, obviously, this stock is actually hovering near its 100 DMA, 250 DMA, because all these DMA is 21, all are close, and it is actually trading below those levels. So once the index move above 3800, 30 to 3850, then I think fresh bull call can be taken, unless and until if the stock is trading below these levels, then it can be avoided, because bottom fishing is not so good, because the stock is continuously forming its lower low formation here from past 5 to 6 times. So again, and from if you look at the trading pattern of the past 4 days, that is also not so great, because stock is closing on the negative note each for in the last 4 days. So I think a fresh call can be only initiated once it surpasses or once it's reclaimed its 200 DMA. Then the next is Mirza. I think it is in positive zone only.
Let's take last couple of sessions queries, then we will wrap up this
Yeah,
session.
okay. So this is the chart of Mirza International. The stock is in the bullish zone itself, but the thing is, from the past 3 days, the stock is actually find some resistance, and from then, from 11th July itself, it is actually trying to deteriorate, and it is falling consecutively from past 3 days. So that is a point of worry. Otherwise, the stock is in the positive zone only, and it is trading above its all key moving averages as well. So if, by looking at the pattern itself, and its falling behavior of past 3 days, I think one can wait for another couple of trading sessions, and based on that, if it is finding support near its 230 or 230 235 or 240 support level, then a fresh call can be initiated. Otherwise, if the stock is trying to breach from that level, then obviously it can be avoided. The next one was, just 1 second.
Last time I am taking Tata Elxsi.
Hmm.
Last query for today's
Tata
session.
Elxsi you're taking.
Tata
Okay.
Elxsi. So Tata Elxsi remained outperformer, comparatively outperformer in this IT sector meltdown, especially in last 6 months. Okay, and comparative basis, it is still outperforming. But yes, from the last, if I talk about stock specific point of view, Tata Elxsi, now it is also forming lower top, lower bottom formation, lower top formation, at least not lower bottom, at least, but it has formed lower top. And now today also it has breached once again this 100 DMA. And if I talk about levels point of view, so 7800 is a critical level to watch. Sustainable trading below 7800, I can say that 800 to 1000 points of fall may happen in this Tata Elxsi also. So 7800 is a critical level to watch. Below 7800, negative. Above 7800, positive. If I talk about further upside move, then 8,000 or 8,100, I can say. 8,000, 8,100 is a critical level in upside. Above that, sustainable trading above that may bounce back another 400 points, 500 points. But meanwhile, it is trending around 7,800. So I would advise someone, I would advise our subscriber or to our viewers to be cautious in this particular stuff. So because sustainable trading below 7,800, one can see very sharp fall in this particular stock actually. Okay, so I think we have almost tried to discover almost all major sector and broader market index, and try to cover all major queries as well. So thank you for joining this session. Thanks to all of you. Have a safe trading weeks ahead. Thank you.